Welcome, everyone, and thank you all for attending Glen Cove Chamber of Commerce's Dr. Glenn Howard Jr. Scholarship presentation. Special thanks to our distinguished guests, Glen Cove School's Assistant Superintendent Dr. Michael Israel, Glen Cove High School Principal Mr. Antonio Santana, Mayor Pam Panzenbeck, and City Council members for breaking away from your busy schedules to be with us today. We thank you. My name is Maxine Capel-Mayrice. I am First Vice President of Glen Cove Chamber of Commerce and also Chair of our Scholarship Committee. Most people don't realize that Glen Cove Chamber not only strives to enhance the health and profitability of local businesses, but we also support many local nonprofits. We make contributions to organizations like Mama's House, food banks, Living Water for Women, the Sheltering Program, Rotary Club, youth and senior organizations, services for the disabled, and many more. In addition, for many years now, we have helped college-bound high school graduates with scholarships. Last year, we renamed our scholarship the Dr. Glenn Howard Jr. Scholarship in loving memory of our dear Glenn Howard, who served on the Chamber Board for decades. Glenn was a precious resource and advisor not only to the Chamber, but to Rotary and city government. Glenn was a walking encyclopedia and an authority on so many different subjects. Anyone who knew Glenn would wholeheartedly agree with that. They would also agree that we came to rely on his encyclopedic knowledge of bylaws, which he usually authored anyway, city government and ordinances, Robert's Rules of Order, and of course, molecular biology when we needed that. The bottom line is that besides his unusual brain power, he was a tireless volunteer in our community and immersed himself in its functioning and success. On the lighter side, he was very kind and loved to be goofy and made slapstick jokes. And I'm smiling while I'm reading this. He loved verbal banter with puns and silliness. He had a face mask of a handlebar mustache during the pandemic, which he deliberately wore upside down to fool everyone into thinking he was upside down. It was that ridiculous. So Glenn particularly loved reading and judging our bright students' essays for our scholarship. So what better way to perpetuate the great name of our beloved Glenn Howard than to name our scholarship after him? Speaking of bright students, we are here today to celebrate with our 2022 scholarship winners and honor them, Adam Bonilla and Sofia Garcia. Yay! I personally know Sofia to be an intelligent, compassionate, kind, helpful, motivated, and service-oriented young lady whom I'm very proud of. We also know this to be true of Adam Bonilla, as the letter of recommendation from a faculty member that was submitted along with his application described him also as outstanding, persevering, and exceeding one's expectations. So we have to also keep in mind that these graduates maintained a high level of interest and dedication to their schoolwork through the confusing and interrupted high school education process during COVID pandemic. Not an easy task when coursework was online in the lonely confines of home. Let's just say school during COVID was a real challenge for students and educators alike. Would you like to introduce yourselves and say a few words about where you're headed, Adam?
My name is Adam Bonilla. I'm graduating this Friday and I'm going to SUNY New Paltz.
Yeah. Cool. Wow, good choice. Congratulations. And Sofia?
Hi, my name is Sofia Garcia. I'm going for secondary education in history, and I'm also going to SUNY New Paltz.
New Paltz! Yay! And I also want to say thank you to the devoted scholarship committee and judges, Elisa Kunz, Matilda Ties, Jamae Crowder, also second vice president of the Chamber of Commerce, and Sonia Lowe for your diligent efforts to choose the most deserving scholarship winners. It's not so easy to choose when we receive a beautiful assortment of applicants and their essays. We normally award one scholarship, but there were 2 essays that were so exceptional and jumping off the screen with heartfelt emotion and originality that the judges selected 2 winners. And before we finish, I would like to say that all donations to the scholarship are 100% expressly for the recipients. Anyone wishing to contribute may contact the Chamber. And in finishing, I want to thank you all for showing up today. And again, congratulations to Adam and Sofia. And we have these beautiful plaques for you. The check, you're wondering where the checks are? Well, the checks have already been distributed. So here we are. Here, with your other hand, you hold that. We're very proud of you guys. We wish you much success in your future in college, and we might have a couple of words. Does anybody else want to say a couple of words? Like the mayor?
I'd like to
You
say
always have something great.
very quickly. I don't have a prepared speech. What I would like to just say is thank you so much to the Chamber of Commerce for everything you've done to benefit the students of Glen Cove. These scholarships mean so much to these kids, and their education is so important, as we all know. I'd like to give a special shout out to Glenn Howard, who I have to really believe is here with us today. Glenn got me involved in Rotary. He was so about the youth and about education. He was a walking encyclopedia. I can't capture him. He was a bit of a curmudgeon. To know him was to love him. I can't capture him any better than Maxine did. And before I was the mayor, I was an educator in a high school in Levittown for 34 years. I was involved in giving so many scholarships and selecting students to get scholarships. And to be the recipient of a scholarship such as this, you must be exceptional, because it isn't just your wonderful grades, it's everything else about you, your community service, your dedication to Glen Cove and to other students and to everyone else. So it really matters. All of your work has paid off and it has mattered. And we expect great things from you, and we hope that wherever life leads you, Glen Cove is your home. And you always remember us and love us and come back. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Very nice. Very well said.